Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome back to the stage your MCs and Spark Youth Young Leader Award winners, Anana Das and Rabil Mohammed.
Welcome back, everyone. Welcome back. Dessert looks great. Hate to steal your eyes from the plates, but welcome back. Rabil, what did you think of dinner?
It was amazing, and I'm so full, but to be honest, I might need to steal some on the way out.
Well, hopefully you guys all felt the same about Rabil, and we hope that you enjoyed dinner. And now, we are pleased to welcome to the stage Spark Youth Board President Steve Cohn and members of the Spark Youth Board.
They are a tough act to follow. Good evening. Anana and Rabil, you've been fantastic MCs. Thank you so much. And let us know when you're looking for full-time employment. Hopefully not in the real estate industry. It's having tough times. On behalf of the board of Spark Youth, I want to extend our heartfelt thanks to our honorees, Neha, Shiva, and Giselle, and their tremendous co-chairs who have worked tirelessly to support tonight's success. Not sure we ever gave them a choice, but thanks anyway. Your efforts will have substantial impact on many lives in the city. Thank you. And thanks to all of you for joining us this evening and for your vital financial support. I hope you don't mind we gave Harry all of your phone numbers. He'll be calling you at least for the next 2 weeks. Before we hear from our honorees, Anar, Bethany, and I, along with our co-chairs, Kyle and Rob, our fellow board members, Kyle and Rob, are fortunate to have the privilege of introducing you to tonight's young leaders, a student from each Spark Youth grantee organization who has been selected for their extraordinary leadership.
Thanks, Steve. We really always welcome your leadership, so thank you for that. To our 15 young leaders, you and your peers are the reason Spark Youth exists. We are humbled, yes, thank you. We are humbled and proud to support the talent, the leadership, the courage and brilliance that you bring to our city. Though you may be the youngest members in our audience, we look up to you, and we thank you for leading us.
And to our audience, we encourage you to seek out our young leaders this evening and congratulate them on their honor. But for now, please hold your applause until we have read all of their names. Americon Tech, Guadalupe Lozado Sainz. Come on up. Yeah, come on. Bronx Lacrosse, Rabil Mohammed. Brooklyn Boatworks, Shah Alam. City Growers, Jade Ramos. City Living, Tyrell Brown.
Drama Club, Moesha Cedeno. Futures Ignite, Christian Rodriguez. Harlem Grown, Nyleek Moore. Harold Hunter Foundation, Zion Lawrence. And Inspiring Minds NYC, Joshua Williams.
Seeds of Fortune, Mara Regad. Okay. You need help? STEM from Dance, Maria de Jesus Vera. Tech Kids Unlimited, Alex Lindquist Jr. Uptown Stories, Carter Anthony Doss. And our final MC extraordinaire, Anaya Das. Let's have a huge round of applause for these incredible young people and their innovative programs that are igniting opportunity for thousands of New York City youth. now to present our Community Impact Award to Giselle Castro. Please welcome to the stage Dr. Lizette Neves, President of the Fund for the City of New York.
Hi, good evening, everyone. Hi, my name is Dr. Lisette Nieves, and I'm really pleased to be here because in one of the many hats I get to wear is I get to introduce Giselle Castro. And if you haven't figured it out, she's at table 20, and right next to her is the incredible Exalt Posse, right next to her. There we go. You know, when we think about this idea of impact in someone's community, we see it at every level. We see it at the early level in someone's life, but there is something about someone who has done that from what I believe nearly birth to today, right? And so I'm really honored because so often when we talk about young people, we say that they're marginalized or they don't have a voice. Well, that's not really true. One of my favorite quotes by Arundhati Roy, I'm going to read to you because this is Giselle. There's really no such thing as the voiceless. There are only the deliberately silenced or the preferably unheard. Every day, Giselle makes sure that young people are not silenced and that they are heard. And they are heard on their terms. And that dignity and that respect given to every young person that has been court involved is what makes it one of the best programs in the city and makes her one of the best leaders in the city. Right? Yes, she is. She is my friend. She is my fellow Boricua and hermana. And we are lucky to call her a fearless New Yorker that always put young people first. Please join me in congratulating Giselle Castro as she comes up for the Impact Award.
My goodness, what a privilege and an honor to be here this evening with Spark Youth 2023. I want to start off by very quickly thanking the many people who are supporting our young people. I wrote down a few points which I may read, but I typically have a script and I never really use it because I believe in speaking from the heart. Thank you, Dr. Lisette Nieves, for giving me this honor, to also our president of the board, Steve Cohn, to Susie Myers-Jackson, to Kelly Cunningham, to the entire team, to all of the board members from Spark Youth who work relentlessly to create a future and a vision for so many young people, to the board of Exalt who are here with me, to my team that they work tirelessly to ensure that our young people are given the best path forward, and to some of the best New York City leaders who are here with me tonight. I want to quickly walk us through what Exalt does and the impact, and I'm going to close out with another call to action. It's an honor for me to join this board for many reasons. One is because I get to expand the young people that we are able to give an opportunity to do extraordinarily well. The organization that I lead, which is a privilege and an honor to do so, supports young people who are impacted by the juvenile justice system. ages 15 through 19. So when I heard some of the speeches tonight of our young people's experience, saying that they have been in the system, our organization has been able to take young people to go through a journey to make academic gains, to have judges reduce sentencing, and for all of them to have a paid internship. What this translates into is that our young people are now, instead of being jail-bound, are college-bound. They're doing extraordinarily well. And it was a vision and a belief and a deep promise in our young people's life, but we didn't do this in isolation. And I want to start closing my remarks because I know that my time is limited, and God knows that sometimes I like to speak a lot. But I will say this to all of the young people who are here in this room tonight: keep true to your vision, keep true to your power, keep true to your purpose. You are not alone, and if you look at this room, everyone here is for you. And we have made a promise and a vow that we will make a better future for you. And also, I want to draw all of our attention to the leaders, to the founders, to the executive directors who are here. Please, a round of applause to them. Many of them have taken a concept, an idea, through challenging times and have created a path forward for many young people. I will say to each and every one of you as I close out, especially in these moments and these times, we need courageous leaders. Stay true to your vision. Also stay true to your power. All the best. Thank you for the honor, and I wish you all the best.
Go ahead, you hold this. It's her award, not mine. Thank you. Sorry, before we go on to the next speaker, we're just going to have a short video about Giselle. So, 1 second.
Hey there, everyone. It's Congressman Dan Goldman from the 10th District of New York, Lower Manhattan and Brooklyn. I'm sorry I can't be there with you today, but I just wanted to beam in because Giselle Castro is one of the finest leaders that we have in Manhattan. And the honor that she is getting is so well deserved. She not only has built Exalt Youth into a fabulous organization, but a model for the future of how we are going to reduce incarceration and build our communities to be able to pursue the American dream. Giselle, you deserve all the accolades you get, and I've been honored to be able to meet with you and visit Exalt Youth twice in my short time in office, and I look forward to continuing to work with you and to support all the great work that you're doing. Congratulations.
That was special. Not all of us get that, Giselle. I am pleased to welcome Grant Frankel, Managing Director of Eaststill, to present our Champion for Youth Award to Shiva Viswanathan.
Hi. Thank you all for coming and supporting this amazing organization. I'm extremely honored to introduce Shiva Viswanathan as tonight's co-honoree. I'll keep it brief and start going down the rabbit hole listing Shiva's many accomplishments as an investor, mentor, and industry leader would result in an exceptionally long evening. That said, I would be remiss not to highlight that Shiva's reputation as the most honorable and genuine person in real estate is both earned and celebrated by partners, investors, lenders, colleagues, and competitors without argument. In our industry, with its many different personalities, Shiva, through his extraordinary intellect, impeccable judgment, and inherent humanity, stands among the giants. I'm consistently in awe of Shiva's ability to balance the considerable responsibilities required in his leadership role at Northwood Investors while staying active and present in the lives of his high school, college, and adult friends. And most importantly, being a great husband to Elizabeth and doting father to Amalia and Sylvie. It's my great pleasure to introduce my dear friend, Shiva Viswanathan.
Thanks, Grant. Heck of a job, I gotta say. You actually made me feel pretty good about myself. But to be honest, my wife, who is way more fun than I am, is why Grant and a lot of my friends in this room actually hang out with me. So I guess I'll start off with some thank yous, and it's only appropriate for me to start by thanking my wife, Elizabeth, for all the amazing things she does for our family, and I guess also for getting people to like me. Thanks to Spark Youth for the opportunity to be here with Giselle and Neha. Thanks to my co-chairs, Brian Boise and Grant, for being a part of this with me. I'm grateful to have not just colleagues, but true friends who have a desire to be part of such an inspiring organization. Susie and team, you guys are so on top of it, and your passion, your hard work, dedication to Spark Youth is really so inspiring. And thank you to the board of directors who have given so much of their time and resources to this organization and this event. Finally, thanks to all of you in this room who have been so generous with your time and resources in the weeks leading up to today. When Steve and Mike Nash called me and invited me to be an honoree today, I thought about how blessed I've been with great opportunities throughout my career, many of which have come from people in this room. There's some people here from Blackstone who gave me my start out of college, even though I wasn't really supposed to be the hire. Rumor is I was a card counting genius. That was the guy they passed on, but they still had hope for me and continue to support me to this day. For the last 13 years, John Krukrell, the Northwood team, have opened countless doors for me and introduced me to so many great people and created lifelong friends. Adam Spees called me this morning. I don't know if he's still here, but it was very kind of him. He offered up his and Doug's hair guy. I always need a good hair guy, so I appreciate that. That's what good friends are for. Because I've been afforded so many great opportunities and people have put their faith in me, I was eager to do my part with Spark Youth, which is an organization that truly opens up possibilities for young students in our city. Additionally, as a father of 2 daughters, I'm a believer in putting young people in a position to maximize their chances and opportunities. I think you have to meet those opportunities with hard work, and Spark Youth does that by engaging students to work hard and really find their passions. And as you saw today, the results are pretty amazing. After personally visiting programs like Futures Ignite, I was able to see firsthand how inspiring some of these students truly are. Futures Ignite provides leadership training and support for life after high school to students that may not have access to these resources. During final presentations, one student recounted how she overcame several challenges during her high school life, including physical ailments and a fear of public speaking. And she got in front of a room full of strangers and articulately talked about how she was going to tackle life after high school. It was truly inspirational. I visited America on Tech, which is a program that hosts web development camps. Yep, America on Tech. Web development camps for high school students across the city. And seriously, I tried coding in high school, evidently with very little success because I'm in real estate now. But I've got to say how impressive it was to see these kids and how quickly they picked up coding in such a short amount of time. The program, you could see, is really training the next generation of tech leaders. Spark Youth provides financial and business support to philanthropies that generate positive impact for students in our city. By participating in Spark Youth programs, these youth are able to find their passion and really prepare themselves for the world that lies in front of them. So it's everyone's support in this room that makes this possible. So I truly hope that each and every one of us continues to give back to all these organizations, and really appreciate everyone being here. Thank you.
Thank you, Shiva. Did a fantastic job for the organization and all these kids that we support. Join me in welcoming Lee Milstein of Cerberus to present our Champion for Youth Award to Neha Santiago.
Good evening, everyone. It is my pleasure to introduce Neha Santiago. I know Neha as the head of real estate private credit for Cerberus and as a colleague with extreme dedication. I also know her as a daughter, a wife, and a mom. Not just any mom, but a cool mom, as I know she took her sons to see both Beyonce and Taylor Swift this year. Others' descriptions of her are more to the point. In a recent Commercial Observer article, Neha said her youngest son described her as a boss. I couldn't agree more. Let's add to that, a boss with impact. Not only is Neha known for her business acumen and investment prowess, but she's also known for leading with a purpose, and of course, for her legendary 5:30 a.m. workouts. Since joining Cerberus 3 years ago, she has built the team from the ground up and has been committed not only to creating an environment where her colleagues can embrace entrepreneurship and reach their full potential, but also where colleagues come to work excited every day. Outside of her day-to-day work, she also spends her time developing the careers of others, both at Cerberus and in the real estate industry. She is also a strong advocate for diversity and has worked to support DEI in our industry through organizations like Girls Who Invest, NASP, and many others. Neha's impact extends far beyond the workplace and is felt in our local community. When she brought the opportunity to work with SparkYouth to Cerberus, it was an easy commitment to make. Giving back to the community in which we live and work is part of our DNA at Cerberus, and the values of SparkYouth clearly align with our own. Neha has dedicated her time and energy to help SparkYouth change the lives of youth in New York City, and she is truly deserving of this honor. Please join me in congratulating Neha on being a recipient of this year's Champion of Youth Award and celebrating the impact of her commitment and contributions to SparkYouth.
Well, I have to say, I'm not nearly as cool as this dad who took his boys to Drake and Travis Scott, but I'll happily accept the compliment. Thank you, Lee, for the kind introduction. As I look around the room, I see former colleagues, bosses, mentors, my unbelievable network of women in real estate, fellow parents from our school community, my family, and my closest friends. I'm honored to be here with you all tonight, and I am humbled for this recognition. Congratulations to Shiva and Giselle, my fellow honorees. Thank you to the SparkYouth team who pulled together this beautiful event tonight and who worked tirelessly to make sure hundreds of underserved youth in our communities have access to experiences that so many of us take for granted. I'd also like to thank some of the people who were instrumental in getting me here. First, I want to thank my parents, who have always supported me and even flew in from Florida to be here tonight. My parents have played a huge role in developing my appreciation for education and have always reinforced the importance of education as a foundation for success in life. Based on this, it probably won't shock anyone to hear that my father just celebrated his 50th year as a professor this past August. Education has always remained a pillar in my life, and my husband and I both strive to pass this commitment down to our children. Speaking of my husband and children, a huge thank you goes out to them as well. Arn and Niam, it is way past your bedtimes. But as the inspiration for getting me involved in Spark Youth, I can't imagine not having you both here tonight. And Marcos, you stand by and support me in all my endeavors, even if you mysteriously ended up in France, coincidentally during the Rugby World Cup last weekend, on your business trip to London. Thank you. I owe a big thank you to Mike Nash, who is noticeably absent this evening. Mike connected me to this immensely important organization. And I'd be remiss not to mention my colleagues and friends who have embraced and generously supported Spark Youth, specifically my co-chairs, Mark Misto, Laura Bradbury, Tracy Gamble, and Caitlin Simon. And a special thank you to Frank Bruno, Lee Milstein, and the Cerberus community for your unbelievable, generous personal donations. I'm overwhelmed and humbled by everyone's generosity. Those of you who know me know that I spend a lot of time in my professional role working to raise money, so it was fitting when Mike called me with this exciting opportunity just as I was boarding a flight to Asia for yet another fundraising trip. There are very few days I don't wake up feeling like Oliver Twist. And as I sat on that plane crunching numbers, there was a little bit of trepidation on how I could hit yet another fundraising goal. But if I had any reservations to start, they quickly went away as funding came in together a lot easier than I had anticipated. I am overwhelmed and extremely grateful by everyone's unbelievable generosity. This is an amazing community of individuals. As a mom of 2 young kids, I see how invaluable it is for our children to have access to safe, organized opportunities and extracurriculars outside of school. This is where they develop their soft skills, they build confidence, and they gain access to mentors and coaches that take a vested interest in their well-rounded development. Through my work with Spark Youth, I have had a chance to visit a few different programs, but the one that resonated with me the most was my visit with Bronx Lacrosse, probably because of how big a role sports play in my own boys' lives. The first time I visited Bronx Lacrosse, it was a sweltering hot day in August, and the field was filled with at least 50 young boys practicing their drills. Watching these boys practice made me think of my own boys. In our house on a typical morning, my husband, the boys, and I are running around and looking for the right cleats, and I still find it so mind-boggling how many different cleats there are. Turf cleats, grass cleats, indoor cleats, and outdoor cleats, and apparently baseball cleats are different than soccer cleats. Never mind all the other pieces of equipment and gear. Standing out on that field, I noticed that those children didn't have half the equipment that my kids have. But what these kids lacked in shiny Nike gear, they made up for enthusiasm, passion, and an appreciation for the professional training, support, and mentorship that they were receiving from an unbelievable group of talented and dedicated coaches, many of whom were lacrosse players themselves. What you don't see on the field is the steps these students had to take to get there. Literacy and standardized test scores have decreased since the pandemic, and the Bronx is lagging even further behind. The kids who participate in Bronx Lacrosse are required to attend additional tutoring for math and literacy, encouraging the students to excel both on the field as well as in the classroom. You also think about the background that these children are coming from. In 2021, 84% of men's and women's lacrosse players in the NCAA were white. That is a staggering statistic. Less than 1 in 5 collegiate lacrosse players are racially or ethnically diverse. A key part of the Bronx Lacrosse program is to close that accessibility gap and provide equal opportunities to underserved groups. Something we talk a lot about at Cerberus is the importance of equity. And to encourage equity, we have to ensure that everyone has the same opportunities regardless of their background. Spark Youth is changing young people's lives and maximizing their potential by evening that playing field. By providing these youth with access and opportunity to grow and develop, we really are investing in everyone's future. These young men and women have all so much talent and heart, and as the adults in their lives, it is our jobs to provide them with the resources they need to maximize their potential and capability. Again, I am truly grateful for this award. Thank you all so much for being here tonight and for supporting Spark Youth.
Okay, we're almost done. 2 more minutes at most, and the bars are open after this, so hopefully you'll join us for an evening cocktail. As you've heard from so many of us, we hope that tonight is only the beginning of your relationship with Spark Youth. Thank you all for coming, and let's give a final round of applause to our MCs, Anana and Rabil. To Neha, Shiva, and Giselle, our honorees. To our young leaders who all came out here late tonight and to be with us, so thank you all. And a big thank you to our Spark Youth team who, behind the scenes and sometimes not behind the scenes, but Susie Myers-Jackson, Kelly Cunningham, and Rachel Avick, who really make Spark Youth the success it is. Thank you to our dedicated board, many of whom are here tonight. Actually, I'd like them to stand. For those still here, for the board, please stand. They are incredibly dedicated to our cause in support and guidance, and we really appreciate all they do. Finally, I want to thank Kathy McNamara and Alyssa Ramos for putting on this special event. They are the best party planners or event planners in the industry, so thank you so much. So that's it. Enjoy the rest of the evening. Thank you all.